One thing I love about conservatives and most Trump supporters, not all of them, but most of them, is you can have a very heated debate with them. I mean, you can be at each other's throats, politically speaking. And afterwards, they'll go still have dinner with you. They'll invite you over to their house and to talk. And then they'll call you in the next few days and want to continue the debate for most of them. Okay, most of them. And that's most conservatives, most Republicans. Now, I spent time between New York and Florida. And when I'm in New York, and you have a debate with someone who's progressive. Now, it's just assumed in New York, like if you go to a party, that everybody is on the left. It's just assumed. I was just in a class meeting the other day. This is a class meeting in a university in New York. And the class starts with essentially 5 minutes of Trump bashing. I don't care. They're adults. They can have their political views in class. This was a psychology seminar. Anyways, yeah, they opened up with kind of bashing right wingers and, whatever, who cares, right? But here's the thing. Once they find out that you don't agree with them or you're not on the same side of the political aisle as them, in New York, the woke progressives, they will push you out of their life. They will not interact with you because in their mind, to not agree with them is to be sort of like a political demon. To not agree with them is to hate groups of people, to hate people because of their skin color or something. It's completely insane. It's completely backward. But that's what I've experienced. Like, I don't have many woke progressive friends in NYC. They just as soon as it's weird though because they just assume that you're on their side. It's just like implied here. And when you point out, yeah, I don't agree with you. I've never been one to shy away from speaking my mind. Yeah, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with. I'm not pro-choice. And not entirely, anyways, right? I'm more pro-life. And you bring that up, and you can watch their faces, just like, oh, you're one of them. And they almost get excited because they meet so few people who, like, they're excited because here's the boogeyman they've been told about. And they don't really have any contact with actual conservatives. Like, it's amazing how little contact most woke progressives in a city have with actual conservatives. Maybe they know somebody from like their hometown if they moved here who was right wing, and sometimes some of the people they know in their former hometowns they're a bit of a right wing nutter, but they have no contact with like a sane right wing person. When I was an undergrad and I was a Republican, I had a gay friend. His name was Charles, and he it was funny that they found out I was Republican, and he goes, "You're the only nice Republican I know." And I said, "Charles, how many Republicans do you know?" Okay, and he laughed. He goes, "Not that many." I said, "We're, most of us are pretty nice." And I'm actually like more center right. I'm not even. I'm more of a traditional liberal from the '90s, and I guess that makes me far right in New York City. Anyways, but it is they're few and far between. I do have some more progressive friends who like to debate, like to argue, still my friends, but I'd say 90% of the woke progressives I've come into contact with, they just cut you out of their life as soon as they find out you're on that side.